Hey, what's going on, everybody? You got Guff here with my co-host Squid today. What's going on, Squid?
What's good?
We're bringing you an exciting game from Seven Sins and Toxic. I thought it was Toxic Shock. Is it Toxic Storm now? Did they change their name?
Pretty sure they renamed. Yeah,
They rebranded.
rebranded you.
Okay. Okay. Well, Toxic something. Toxic and Seven Sins. I'm excited, man.
Me too, dude. It's gonna be close.
It's gonna be good.
Both these teams really have like specific parts of their team that they rely on to win. Like Toxic Shock kind of needs their DPS to step up and carry the game. Seven Sins needs the same, but from their tank line. So if either side can shut those down, then it should be a pretty easy win.
There you go. Playing around these strong players to help them do as much as they can. All right. I think we're just waiting for the teams to fill up right now.
Yep. I want to see what map we get here, because should kind of affect. If they get Blizzard World, I'd like to see like just sniper pocketing from Toxic Shock,
There you
and then
go.
like maybe goats from Seven Sins. But I don't know. They could do whatever they wanted, honestly.
Yeah,
But
I
Blizzard
love
World,
goats
huh?
on Blizzard World is so cool. I love running goats right here. I think it's so good to just run straight there to the point. You
Yeah,
got all those walls. I mean, shoot, the point is even protected by like a wall. It's so at the same time it's open with
perfect
like
for
long sight
goats.
lines. Yeah, it's perfect for goats because you can just weave right through there and you weave right through the walls and bam, you're right there on the point.
Yeah,
And it's awesome for that. Even if their team has the high ground, it's like the one map where you don't want the high ground. People instinctively like don't go up there anymore because of that. It's awesome.
yeah. When people go up there, it just bugs me because the only thing you have to do to counter that high ground spot is to just go around the statue, and then they can't do anything, and then they have to go to point. Then they're attacking. They're probably gonna lose that because they're playing defensive heroes. So I
Mm,
usually just hold on the right side of point with like snipers making a crossfire from each side, and that way there's nothing they can really do unless they do goats, and then they just run straight at you.
right.
I want to see some player icons in the mix.
You want to see some player icons? What, like an Atlantic versus Pacific?
Yep, player
That'd be
icon
pretty
meta.
cool.
It's a proven fact that you can't win if you don't have matching player icons.
Or like a set theme.
Yep,
Okay, fair enough.
you always gotta match.
I'll take some notes from my team. I think we used to do that and we fell out of it. That could be a major cause of some issues.
Yeah, probably. You always gotta have those player icons. It tactically boosts your team morale, so increases your chances of winning.
Yeah. All right. Is it confirmed Blizzard World or are they still picking?
I think they're still picking.
What are the options? Do you remember? I actually forget.
It's Blizzard World, and I actually forgot too, because everyone always
Oh,
picks Blizzard World.
Eichenwald, right?
Yeah, Eichenwald.
Okay, I was thinking about yesterday. I think I just remembered that. The team yesterday, I believe they chose Eichenwald. Yeah, they chose Eichenwald, and we didn't actually see Blizzard World, so it'd be kind of cool to see that Blizzard World today.
Yeah,
I think they chose Eichenwald too because it was the 5v6 with Nova on 5-man, and I think that allowed them to it gave them kind of a bit of an edge. I think playing there as opposed to Blizzard World. I feel like Blizzard World there's too many routes. If you have a smaller team, it's kind of easier to get like rushed on that.
yeah, it's definitely like a sniper map.
Mm-hmm.
Sniper and goats. That's Blizzard World.
Oh, all right. Well, does anybody stand out to you on the teams? I know we were talking and we don't actually personally know any of these team members. Um,
Uh,
I talk about
Free
the
Shot's
players if I
really
know
good.
any of them. Free Shot, yeah, I have played against Free Shot. And he is really good. I can vouch for that. He's a good DPS, and you said he was a good off tank.
Yeah. Evergreen is a nutty main tank too.
Okay.
I think Rice is a really good Genji.
Is that are we over under Toxic now?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has like 100 hours on Genji alone, so
Wow. That's awesome.
Mushy
We
Man
like-
is solid flex. I think he's flex.
With that Rice Genji, does that mean Toxic tends to run dive fairly often, or do they just kind of utilize that Genji in other ways? Do you remember at all?
I don't think they run dive too much, but
Okay.
they do play the Genji a lot.
Oh, okay. So
Even
with
like
Rice's
with
Genji.
Death Ball.
Yeah.
We got the player icon game.
There you go. They're trying. Looks like they're stuck between Dolphins and Alpha, and Atlantic Alpha. All right. 2 more minutes here, and I think the game should be starting pretty soon.
Alright, place your predictions.
Ooh.
I'm going with 7 cents for this one.
You're saying 7 on Blizzard World?
Just the whole match.
The
I'd
whole
say-
entire game?
Yeah. I'd say
Dang,
Blizzard
alright.
World could go to Toxic Shock.
Well, see, I'm thinking if they run
Storm.
that free shot on a really strong Widow, I think that's why they could maybe take Blizzard World right here on 7 Sins.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem to be in right now, unless he's on another
Oh, that's a good
account.
point. Yeah, I don't see free shot in this lineup. Wow, is he in the sideline either?
So if they're running this, they're gonna have a
Oh,
pretty weak support line, I think.
yeah, it's true.
So Shock should just abuse that and ignore the tanks.
Yeah, they have
For the most
Solace. What do they have here for supports? I think just Solace?
Hobos plays Moira too, I think.
Oh, Hobos. Okay, so Solace and Hobos will probably be their support line there.
Yeah. Moira Zen, kind of an interesting combo. Just assuming that they run it, I don't think that they should, because like Zen, he likes to be really far back, and Moira likes to be really far forward. So most of the time, Zen won't get any heals at all from Moira, and he'll just be
Right.
left to die. So
Yeah, it puts him in kind of a weird spot. You kind of want your main healer with eyes on everybody.
yeah, that's why Zen Mercy is such a good combo, because Mercy can juggle between different people so
Right.
easily.
Yeah,
So
that's a thing. I feel like a lot of people have given Mercy a lot of flack with the new Ana buff, and they say, oh, Mercy isn't as good. She got a nerf. Ana got a buff. But it's like, if you're just looking at them as like a straight heals, Ana's pretty good. But the fact that Mercy has all that maneuverability, she can be, especially in lower levels, she can fly around so easily, and it's so hard, I think, for lower teams to hit her when she's flying. And she's getting free reses off. That I think she's still immensely good.
yeah, I feel like Ana's better in most situations except for with dive comp now. Because if you run Ana with dive comp, you're probably gonna be running Ana Zen. If you run
Mhm.
Ana Zen, then you basically leave your backline to die whenever you dive
True.
with that. So Mercy Zen would be good, but probably Lucio Zen would be optimal in my opinion.
So Lucio Zen for dive, and then you're thinking if we're running a death ball, we need to pop out that Ana Zen because they'll stay close to the tanks. And they don't get just dove in the back.
I'd say Ana Lucio.
Ana Lucio
Ana
and a death
Lucio's
ball?
the best combo in the game.
Wow,
Because
okay.
everything Ana is bad at, Lucio can cover. Like Ana has no mobility, Lucio
Mhm.
has the speed. Ana's bad against chip damage, Lucio can just swap to heal. Ana can't heal for herself reliably, Lucio can do that for her. So like I feel Ana Lucio's the best combo in the game.
Okay.
Just because they have so much synergy, I guess. Ana Zen is good, but it's a very risk or reward because you're left like really immobile with it,
Right.
and the only really appealing potential you have is if Ana lands asleep and then Zen right clicks. Otherwise, you're gonna be relying a lot on your teammates to do like everything for you.
Mhm.
And then Mercy Zen is really strong too, but I feel like after the nerf, it's kind of dropped off since Mercy can't pocket Zen as effectively as she used to be able to.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
Moira Lucio's good too, but
Sweet. Well, I'm
I feel
excited.
Lucio fails outside of tank comps. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's basically it for me.
That's where you sit on the healer meta this season.
Yep.
Fair enough, man. And we got Blizzard World here. I'm excited.
I actually really like the Torb pick if they stick with it.
There you go. I don't know they will, but
Torb is insane on this map. Just because you can stick it in the little green room to the right side of the point, and then if they go to the left, then your entire team's there and they'll die. And if they go to the right, then they're just gonna be chipped away by the turret. And Zen can just play in that general vicinity. And if he gets dived, he can just back up to the green room with the turret, and the turret can just give him free peels.
oh, so you're saying this green room over here located on like the, I guess if you were defending on like the right from the point,
Yeah,
kind of in this back here. So you're saying put a torp turret back there is actually huge.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It basically, don't think of Torb's turret as like a damage dealer. Like I see a lot of teams put it like in a really aggressive spot up behind an Orisa shield. I don't like
Uh-huh.
that. It's more of an area denier.
Area denial. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so like if a tracer enters the turret's range, she'll be forced to either use all her blinks to get to the other to cover, or to recall out. And so even just getting blinks out of tracer is immensely good for you.
Awesome.
Speaking as Scorched Coach, Torb is honestly our default. Torb and Double Sniper is our default setup for this map.
There you go.
You just get Hanzo on the right, Widow on the left, Torb on the right with the green room, and then you get Mercy's solo heal. Easy clap.
All right. Well, I'm excited for this. We've got widows on both sides. Definitely going to see a bit of a sniper battle in here.
Yep.
Looks like they're running dive tanks on the. Oh, I forget which side's which. Ooh, Small already getting out one of their supports in the back line there.
I feel like Small will inherently have an advantage in this because he can just camp behind the Rhine shield and like that.
There he is again. Yep, and he winning that sniper fight right there.
Yeah, and Brox won't be able to get too much support. Winston's using his bubbles a lot here.
That's true.
Should save for when
Stay
he
in
actually
mode.
dives. I'd say.
Yeah, for the push.
Looks like now Widow's down there getting ready to jump Diana.
All right, we got ourselves a team fight in here. Push up for the point. Huge anti-heal on these guys.
Huge empty.
The tanks are taking down those healers. Oh, but Brock's getting 2 picks on both of the back line for the. Oh man, I mixed up right here. I'm trying to remember which team is which. Toxic is blue. Seven Sins is red. Okay.
Oh, that threw me off too because they backed off to the attacker side.
Yeah, I was like, wait, who am I over for over here? So we got 7 Sins right now, capping point looks like.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Oof, that threw me off. We're not supposed to have skins? Is somebody raging? That's funny. That's a good point. It's an all-stars game.
Yeah, no skins allowed.
Support has arrived.
All right, looks like they're gonna go ahead and full 6-man abandon the point in order to keep some pressure.
I actually really like when teams do this because if they end up winning right here, or even just killing one person, then they stagger an entire fight out of them. And
That's
even
true.
though only one person's on cart, that basically lets you get staggered spawns from the enemy. Like I
Right.
did. But I would rather have the Zen be on cart than Widow right now, or Hanzo.
We get some picks over there from. Oh my gosh, why am I so bad to remember these teams right now?
Blue is Shock, red
Blue is
is
Shock.
Storm.
I'm rough
Red
today.
is
7 Sins.
yeah.
Yeah. They need to put those names up there on my screen too. That'd be helpful.
Yeah. I'm just glancing at the stream every time I forget.
There you go. It's good. I should probably have that open.
But
Right.
lots of ultimates coming online for both teams.
Right.
Storm has like basically 6 ults, so I hope they don't dump them all into this grab, because if they do, that'd be really unfortunate. But I don't know who he's really gonna grab. Like with the composition 7 Sins is running, you're only
Yeah,
really
kinda-
gonna be able to get like a 2-man at most.
Yeah, 2-man at most, exactly. All right, we got Brox flanking around the side, getting some picks, along with Winston taking out that Hanzo.
My ultimate is ready.
All right.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Really clean dive.
Yeah, that was good.
They're kind of running the dive kind of to exploit the fact that their tanks are good, I'd say. Like, good tanks in a dive comp can carry harder than with any other comp, I'd say.
I definitely feel that. Yeah, applying the pressure there in the front.
Yeah. Definitely a questionable res. I don't like resing dead fights like that because it just kind of staggers the person you just resed if they die again.
Right, and then your res is also on stagger for when you actually need it.
Yep.
By the dragon.
All right, I got the names up next to me. I should be a little quicker on this.
Huge bin, dude.
Nice, good pin. Yep, taking down Evergreen for this fight. They're gonna be down one of their dive tanks. Oh, and a huge kill smell getting the Solus on the Mercy.
Huge dragon too.
But a
They might
double
actually be able to
dragon.
push this.
Yeah, it looks like the teams are just about even right now. With Seven Sins being down their Diva mech.
Ooh, we got ourselves a Widow duel. Yeah, Evergreen is just walking all over the
Yeah,
entirety
Evergreen's
of
doing
Toxic
work.
Storm right now.
Yeah.
They don't know how to deal with them.
Oh, and a clean pick from that Widow. That was good on that Ana. Clean headshot.
The payload is approaching.
Yeah, Tox right at the end here, seeing if they can hold out Dan.
Огонь по готовности.
Wow.
Held the grab for ages.
Yeah, that grab was being held for a while.
Held a lot of ult for way too long. Like
got a
they
lot
had
of time
5
right
that
here.
one fight and never used it. Oh, got ourselves a pause.
Oh yeah, looks like IDK is DC'd from the game. Whew, sorry, I feel like I'm still waking up over here. Oh.
So did you catch how much time they had left?
I didn't. I wanted to see it at the end. Did you see it?
No.
Okay.
I think they had like 3 minutes ish, which is really good. Maybe 2.
Feels like it's got to be even better than that. I feel like the cart never stopped moving.
Yeah. They just kept by keeping one person on it, they were able to basically take a 5v4 each time because they got that one stagger first
Right.
fight. But not really a big fan of the Deathball versus Dive matchup because like Ryan's shield becomes useless when half of the team can just ignore it and jump past it. Like Winston literally goes through it, Diva can just boop him out and hop past, you know, and it also baits out Zarya's bubbles a lot. So like Zarya's forced to use bubble on the dive target and it doesn't let Ryan be as aggressive as he normally should be able to. Basically, if you play Ryan into dive, you just become swing man. Because you can't do anything else.
Right. And they're always just kind of on top of you. You've got that Winston just shooting right through your shield like it's nothing.
Yeah. I would have preferred to see dive against dive, honestly. Because since they were only keeping that one person on cart, they could have just let their tanks jump in and then they could jump the person on cart for free.
True. All right, here we go. Starting back up again. Ooh, yeah, about 3, just a little under 3 minutes. That's awesome.
So yeah, definitely the GOAT's coming out.
I'm really excited to see Evergreen again. He definitely was doing a lot of work on that Winston.
Yeah, he was. Storm had like no answer to him really.
Right. Oh, looks like you're right. Yeah, there comes the goats. Running that Ryan Zarya Diva along with the Lucio Moira and the Brig, unless they switch some.
This is actually really good. Whenever I run GOATs on here, I go through the little Vikings room, I guess.
Oh, with the little
left
carts.
side. No, I don't like that. The card's
Oh.
so jank.
So the
Bottom
Fargo deep mine.
Yeah, and then I go just left side to point. I feel like it's the best.
There you go. That's good. I mean, it offers a lot of cover. It gives you a really easy way to just kind of get right behind them. I know in
Yeah.
Overwatch it's kind of big if you're playing the attackers team and you end up in the defender spot.
Incoming in 30
Like
seconds.
that's just huge for your team.
Keep up with me.
It looks like some sort of Okay, so we're getting a dual snipers with a Rissa Hog and then a Brig and an Ana from the opposing team.
I actually really like Brigana as a combo.
5,
Even though it's relatively low heals, you have a lot of
2,
burst heals with nade and then the armor packs.
incoming.
And so
Right.
you can just kind of,
Objective A.
if they run dive, then you can armor them and then nade them, and you know, they won't die basically.
Yeah,
But
true.
goats will kind of run right over him if they play it right.
It looks like what they're doing. They're going straight to point.
Yeah,
Immediately
snipers
getting
won't be
the
able to
ball
get
right
any
here.
space here.
Rice securing a kill on Solus right here, winning the Brig fight. So they're going immediately diving up on the Widows in the back there too. Oh my gosh, another huge tackle from that Ryan, and Rice getting another kill. And Rice just cleaning up the tanks here with Moshi finishing off Hanzo. That's the first fight right there. Dang.
Yep.
Okay, tell me, how do you say the Reinhardt's name on what is it, 7? No, Toxic.
I have no idea.
Punji?
Objective
Is that like a silent D maybe?
stop.
I don't. The Padunji. But yeah. Composition swap immediately from 7 Sins. Really, just kind of the whole goats thing just walked right over them because they wanted to avoid any sort of engagement and just delay it with picks from snipers and hooks and that kind of thing. But goats can just kind of ignore all that and just run at you.
Right, and now we're seeing an interesting thing. We're seeing the dive comp for them. I feel like dive does not play well in the goats. What do you think?
I don't like it either because there's so many tanks and you don't really have anyone to dive. Like if you dive
Right.
Lucio, he's so slippery and he can just get out. You dive Morga, she'll just fade. You dive Brig, well, it's Brig.
Yeah, hey,
So,
yeah.
there's
You
not
don't want
much
to
you
dive
can do.
Brig.
No one can hide.
So they're jumping down the car, popping a nano right here, and we got the oh shoot, big nuke. Nice nuke securing kill on Evergreen, getting him out of the fight. DMEC'd, looks like DMEC 3 wood here,
This will help.
but the cart's still moving. Car hasn't stopped yet. We're seeing picks from both sides, but that cart's just going. Winston's diving small. Looks like their dude's about to get killed. Oh, but no, small
Oh, the
kills
Baby
Brox
Diva.
in the back. Huge Baby Diva plays.
You really can't leave Baby Diva alone in the middle of a
Gosh.
fight.
She just ran right up there and just killed Widow.
Yeah.
Punji and Moshi getting some of the rest of the kills here, and it's gonna be a cleanup definitely right here. We're gonna definitely see the cart moved into the third point as they farm a little bit of ult charge off Evergreen here. Oh, Brox coming in, swapping from that Widow to a Pharah.
The payload has reached objective.
That's a good call right there. Pharah and the goats really don't have anything too great to get you. Maybe just the Diva shooting at you.
Yeah.
Be interested to see how that goes. And they
Think
got
about-
Rice on the cart. The rest of the team pushes up.
Thing about just leaving a Baby Diva alone in the middle of a fight is just that a lot of people underestimate Baby Diva's like damage. It's like
Oh yeah.
she actually does a lot if she just walks right up to you and headshots a surprising amount. Like the old
That's
meme.
good.
And if she gets her mech back, then that's really bad for you. So I'll always kill Baby Diva as soon as she gets demeched in the middle of a fight. Like I understood the logic behind it, but I still didn't like the play because the fight was still going.
Right.
So she was able to get
Definitely-
her pick and then get back in mech.
It's like if you're gonna stagger Baby Diva, make sure she's like the last one. Oh, huge grab! Oh my goodness! But we're seeing an ult from Brox. Brox getting taken down. Unfortunately, Rice, Punji, everybody just cleaning him up. That was a huge coalescence. IDK trying to get some picks up here as Junkrat, but it's looking like they're starting to dive on him. He goes down as well, making it pretty much an easy push right here for the car, unless Ana can contest it by herself. Oh, and they switch to the hamster to get on there on the point. Seeing 3-wood on that Hammond. Oh, but a huge slam from Punji. And Brox is trying to get some picks up above, but Punji's just cleaning him up with Rice getting the tire. That's the end of the round right there.
Complete.
Yeah.
Wow, when they get close to Punji, dude, he just takes them out. We've been
Yep.
seeing some good charges from him and some good picks from him in this game. Oh, and
I'd say the
because they
goat-
were Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'd say the goats is definitely what they needed because it just kind of shuts down and ignores Seven Sins' strengths, which is the tanks and the snipers. Like
True.
with goats, there's no one you can snipe, and you can just rush down a tank and melt them immediately. So
Mhm.
really good call from Toxic Storm.
Yeah, that was good. Get my rosters up here, sorry. Just say
Game on.
Hello there.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Oh, and we see they got the extra like whole minute on the cart there, probably from Russian. That was the beauty of goats, is that they had for a while there in that main middle section of Blizzard World, looked like they still had 2 or 3 on cart, and they just kind of had like the tanks kind of pushing up with like the supports right behind them, and they were able to keep the 3 on cart. And even though both teams kind of pushed the cart uncontested, it was that extra, those extra people on the cart that ended up giving them that full extra minute.
5,
Yeah.
So now it's just a game of who can push the cart the fastest.
1. Attackers incoming.
That's the thing about goats is that once you're ahead, it's really hard. It's really easy to just snowball that into being even further ahead. But once you're behind, you just kind of hit a brick wall, and you have to keep doing that until something works.
Right. Well, here we go. Here with the 7 Sins. Looks like they're running a dive with dual snipers, and we're seeing that Mercy Zen we were talking about earlier. Hopefully they're able to keep that Zen alive in this fight. Evergreen going straight to the back. Looks like he's looking for the support back there.
We got Moira Ana coming out from Toxic Storm. Interesting combo, I'd say.
Interesting, yeah. Brock's getting a kill on that Moira. Small getting Brock's though.
Bye-bye.
Oh, but he's res back up.
Shut down.
Looks like numbers alone. Looks like 7 Sins might go ahead and be able to take this right here.
Unfortunate.
Yep. Gonna group up on Punji right there, and they're taking the cart.
Our efforts.
Good kills from Evergreen and Hobos.
You just saw how to play Winston into Reaper.
Yeah, pretty
Wow.
much. Yeah.
Just to go like, oh, they have a Reaper, I gotta swap off Monkey. But in reality, you just have to kite him and figure out where he is, and then you can just avoid him, really.
Right. You can avoid him. You can bubble dance with him if your teammates are helping you out. It's really not too hard to beat him, especially with a big 800, shield right there.
Yeah, just
'Cause
get on the high ground and he can't do anything about it.
Exactly.
Back in the fight.
No
So good plays. Evergreen, huge plays from this guy. Definitely
Getting
like
really aggressive.
There you go.
Had to
Yeah.
Support there.
Yeah, Reaper definitely diving by himself, becoming the first pick of the game. They're doing a pretty good job keeping him pushed back right here, though. Evergreen popping his primal rage, keeping him pushed back.
remaining.
And 3 staying up on top of stairs. It's an even fight, but all while they're doing this, they got 2 on cart just pushing it right on along. So,
Yeah. That's the thing about payload is that
oh,
if you take the fight ahead of where the card is, then you're
Reaper
inherently at
ult.
an advantage.
I'm calling it. Sorry.
It's fine.
It's jumping right in the back there, killing that Widow and getting those 2 kills, Evergreen and Hobos on the Zen. Rice also securing a kill. Looks like the DPS is really starting to come out now from Toxic Storm. And they've only got 30 seconds left, so this is going to be their last push right here.
Ultimate is ready. Let's go.
Sorry to interrupt you. I saw that ult charge and him flanking, and I was like, here it is.
Yeah. As soon as you see a Reaper on high ground, teabagging, you already know what's gonna happen.
Teabagging. Yeah, killing that Widow just to make sure nobody can snipe him while he's doing it. Yeah, it's good. Good sign right there. From 7 Sins
Interesting
popping an
trance.
offensive trans and a nuke, and we got ourselves an ult fight right here, baby.
Not really a big fan of that trance, to be honest, since they probably knew that Zarya had grav, but the bomb got her like really early, so
Yeah, it was definitely
out, I
a,
guess.
it was definitely a desperate trans, but it looks like it might play out decent for him.
You might want to keep.
7 Sins just not really securing the kills they need here. Lucio on Brig getting 3 picks right there.
Fire at will.
Huge plays. Rice securing a kill on Hanzo, and then a grab on card just to flex your muscles. That's the end of the round.
just to show off.
Just because you can.
3 to 4. Switch.
Just to say, look, enemy, I still had another ultimate waiting for you in case you felt like coming back.
But yeah, I feel like if Storm runs the same goats again, they have a pretty good chance of winning it. With 4 minutes, even if they end up losing the first fight, they have plenty of time to make the swaps that they need.
Right. Yeah, plenty of time. Seven Sins rolling out here. We're seeing a pharmacy. I'm interested to see this. Pharmacy Death Ball. We got Junkrat. Okay. And a Zenyatta. So this is going to be a high damage comp right here.
Yeah, they're definitely expecting the goats.
30 seconds.
Right.
But I don't like the Mercy here, because she'll have to be, since it's Death Ball, and your tanks are going to be taking a lot of damage, and since you have Pharah's going to be taking a lot of damage, you can't really rely on Zen to heal your tanks up that much, so she's going to have to be juggling a lot. Like, she has the damage boost Junk, Pharah, then heal tanks, and
5,
heal Zen.
Yes.
4,
It's going to be a tough job.
2.
Mercer's going to have her hands full with 5 kids, that's for sure.
Incoming.
They probably could have ran into good dual main heals right here, but we'll see how it plays out. And it looks like Toxic Storm is running that goats again, so we'll see how it plays into this comp. Really not having a whole lot to compete with the Pharah, especially with the whole pharmacy running for him. And
Yeah.
they're going up the left side. It's gonna be rough with Junk shooting in here too. That enclosed space.
They're
Oh,
going
they're
on
going-
a really long flank.
Wow, all the way around the right side, playing behind them. Wow, I haven't seen this one before. This is awesome.
It's definitely
what
to
plays out
avoid the
for 'em.
Pharah. And I think it
Definitely.
can work just because they can dismantle everyone else and then Pharah can't do anything, but they really need to kill.
Yeah,
As soon as they
IDK
get
getting
in.
IDK and Evergreen here getting some picks. Small trying to get the Zen. Ooh, Brock ends up getting killed by that Diva through a little bit of suicide. Whatever it
They're
takes,
gonna
throw
have
your
to
suit
back
into her
out.
if you have to. Oh, but gets demeched by the Junk and then finished off by Evergreen. It's looking like Toxic Storm right here is gonna have to maybe get a regroup going. Oh, they've got most of their team.
Get ready for a shock.
Oh,
And here's where the brick wall comes into play. So,
oh, huge stagger on Moshi.
yeah. As you just saw, all Seven Sins has to do now is juggle Barrage entire. Basically, as long as they kill one person with each, then they win the fight.
That's good. Yeah, two high damage ultimates. Especially when really, yeah, Barrage can just go uncontested. You're not gonna get sniped as long as you've got Mercy around. You really don't have to worry too much.
Yeah. You can just kind of cycle, rotate the ults as you please, and just don't let them get a full regroup that they want.
Brock's right here with a flank ult. Yep, there it is. Might have been playing a little bit better. I think he might have been a little low for that one. Lucio getting a kill on Brock's, but 3 wood killing both Punji and Rice from Toxic Storm. Moshi killing Evergreen. It looks kind of even right now. Let's see if this nuke gets anybody. Oh, and a double kill from Small's nuke. 3 wood and 90k going down. Just the sports left from Seven Sins trying to hold the point right here. But I don't think it's going to be enough. Nope. There's IDK trying, but it looks like Toxic Storm's going to go ahead and pull this point. That was a nice 2-man nuke coming out from Seven Sins there.
Yep.
Or
I feel like
from,
the fight-
excuse me, Toxic Storm.
This will restore you.
I feel like the fight could have been salvaged if the barrage was a little
Lost.
closer, I guess.
Stop.
Yeah, that
When
barrage
you're
was a little
playing it-
sloppy.
Yeah, when you're playing it, Pharah into Diva, you definitely want to demech her first, because otherwise she'll just DM your whole barrage and
Right.
it'll go to waste. So I would have liked to see like some more aggressive Pharah positioning here.
Plus, it looks like they tried to combo their ults together, but the Pharah was kind of behind some walls. The Ryan kind of slammed in a weird spot. Yeah, it definitely could have been executed a little better, and I think it would have given them the fight.
Yeah.
Here comes another Riptire, though, just like as predicted.
Ejecting.
We're on Barrage cooldown.
Starting the payload. Let's keep it.
Oh, and he's
Yes.
killing that on the Lucio. Barrage killing Small from Toxic Storm. Looks like Seven Sins is going to have a minute here to regroup while Storm is also regrouping.
Mercy swap from the side of
30
Storm.
seconds remaining.
Interesting.
Oh, the Lucio swapped to Mercy. Yeah, good point.
Was he close to ult?
I wasn't really sure. He must have been. I hadn't seen one yet, so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was. And I would have stayed Lucio in this situation just because they have grab. So
Yep,
they're gonna
there's, like-
grab here, and then
3 would getting Small's mech. Rice killing Brox. Oh, what a huge slam coming out from Evergreen. Punji trying to return the favor over here. 2 big slams. Oh, but we see the grab. Punji definitely is going to have a hard time staying up here. We've got Rice and Lamp just trying to hold on with Lucio. Oh, man, this fight's going crazy. Hobo's popping out the trans. Evergreen a little pushed up here, and we might see another fat nuke from Small, maybe? No. Nice, gets the Mercy. Huge plays here. Lamp killing Evergreen. Moshi killing 3. It's beautiful. Good plays. Brock's trying to just do something up here as Widow, but unfortunately he's probably just going to get down by the whole team. But here comes the Riptire.
Its destination.
They're going to have to stack up quick and get back to point. I don't think it's going to be quick enough, though. Oh, man.
Victory.
Looks like Toxic Storm pulling out the game.
yeah.
It's those
I feel
ults,
like Seven
man.
Sins
Play
didn't
of the game.
secure the kills they needed when they popped the trance, and so they just kind of got lazy after the huge shatter and like, oh, we won the fight.
My will.
And they just popped everything and died.
That's true. And then we saw the return shatter come out from Toxic Storm with Evergreen. Or Punji, excuse me. I'll remember these guys eventually.
That's a lot of damage.
Well, that's a lot of damage. Punji was huge that game. 38k blocked, and we kept seeing a lot of huge picks from him.
Yeah, he popped off.
Good charges, so. Definitely seeing some good tank play, I feel like, from both sides. Punji and Evergreen. Really strong tank play, leading both their teams into this.
Yeah, I admit I underestimated Bungie, but he's really stepped it up here.
Yeah, he's quite a bit lower on the ladder, so it's cool to see him pulling out these huge brain plays right here. Just goes to show, what does competitive ladder even mean, really?
Nothing.
Nothing. It means how good you can be friends with people that you just met.
Basically. Comp is not a team game. Comp is a
I
solo
feel, man.
game. That's why One Tricks rank so high.
Right.
They just care about themselves. Ladder is like, it's unique, as in it's like a team game, but at the same time, you could just ignore your teammates entirely and still win.
Right.
So usually a lot of people who fill get kind of stuck at their rank, and they get frustrated with it. But
You know, I have to agree heavily with that. I remember personally getting from gold to diamond playing just Tracer, and then when you go back to flexing, it definitely becomes a lot of like a struggle.
yeah, like as mean as it sounds, I love flexing, but like at the same time, it's not a viable way to climb.
Right. You kind of have to show, hey, I'm really good at this hero or something, or
Yeah.
if nothing else, maybe you don't have to be like necessarily, I feel like a one trick, but you definitely can't be like a supreme flex. Maybe, you know, focus on a role.
Yeah,
And
I
or
don't
maybe
like one
a,
tricking, but it's
Yeah.
like sadly the best way to climb.
You think one tricking over like maybe having 2 or 3 DPS and only playing DPS? You think if you're just like, because I feel like one tricking can be shut down now is the only issue.
Well, yeah. I mean, definitely having like 2 or 3 DPS, but like if you one trick like this one really niche character that no one expects, then it's on in my opinion just the best way to climb.
Oh, okay.
Even though as stupid as it is, like
No, that's true. Like a Sombra, what would you do against a really, really good Sombra? And I know at my level it would shatter a team if we were getting just constant hacks and dead all the time. And it's like you don't really plan around having to fight one.
yeah.
We saw that actually not yesterday, but I think it was 2 days ago in a game. The game we were casting, I don't know if you were able to watch it for that one, but one team was running a Bastion pirate ship, and the other team was running a Sombra, and that Sombra was able to just hack that Bastion every time, and it was kind of what was killing the. I think it was Nova was running the pirate ship, was getting them, is because we had I believe Wombo Combo was the one who was playing, and he kept hacking them, and it was tearing them apart every time they get hacked. You just see the enemy team just dive onto them because they were like, well, we don't have that Bastion damage anymore.
Yep.
So definitely, yeah, I agree with that. Kind of being good at people they don't expect. That's pretty clever right there.
So Li Jing is I think this will go to 7 Sins. It's a very tank-dominated map with dive on the what's it called? The square one and the garden, right? And then control center.
garden.
You can just
Okay.
do the Ryan Zarya. And basically, this is the tank carry control map.
Okay. I'm excited to see that. I mean, we have strong tanks on both sides. I'll admit I do like Evergreen play a lot, but it looks like they're subbing out Punji. So I'm a
Yep.
little sad we won't get to see his tank play then on Li Jiang. They subbed him out for Dark Lion. Oh, here we go. Dark. Flex player. All right. Since I'm going to be paused for a minute on the stream on the side, I've gone ahead and just gone Toxic Storm and 7 Sins on a notepad. Big plays.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I want to see some Hammond on this map, actually.
Some Hammond, huh?
It's a niche strat, but if you start circling around that point,
That's true, man. Hammond's ability to not die with how big he is and the fact that he's a tank unless he's stunned is kind of insane to me. I feel like Hammond is really much better than he should be at staying alive with that kind of stuff.
I feel like he really just gets destroyed by stuns, because any stun he gets, just he loses all momentum immediately. I mean,
Exactly.
and
yeah,
then
whatever-
he just can't do anything because he just
Right,
gets,
whatever knocks him out, he just gets gunned down.
Yeah, his hitbox is so big. He's definitely an all-in kind of character.
All right, looks like we're going to be seeing a pharmacy coming out from 7 Sins from that Ryan Zarya combo. And over on Toxic Storm, a Junkrat and a Mei. I'm interested to see how this plays out. Both teams having damage.
5,
Looks like 7 Sins got more damage.
3,
We're going to see how Moshi does on that Mei, see if he's enough to kind of help him push the tide over.
capture.
Also, Lucio and Moira might help with a little bit of sustainability on this.
Interesting. I like Toxic Storm's comp here a lot more actually, just because the roof is so low in this like little corridor that if 7 Sins is gonna have to fight on point.
Yeah, Pharmacy is definitely going to be a little bit rough for them. You're going to have to find some pretty niche spots to play in.
But Mei is crazy strong in this map. Her ult covers the whole point, pretty sure.
Oh, but it looks like 7 Sins go ahead and taking two kills right there. SWAT getting Small and Evergreen taking out Mei. Also, we're seeing that Pharah getting some plays on Reinhardt. And there's just a cleanup right here at the end of the game here. Hobo's getting Mercy. And they're playing it towards the spawn here. Holding this front choke.
Yeah, so now they're gonna have to play, like, if they play this far up, then Pharah just kind of hits the roof and has to play outside. But if they hold that far back, then Junk is just kind of useless. So.
Right. And Moshi's actually swapped over to Zarya, and looks like Small is running Widowmaker now. I'm kind of interested how this is going to play out. Apparently they think Pharah is enough of a threat. Potential huge hammer here, but unfortunately doesn't land due to the shield. Moshi and Rein's getting some picks here with... Wow, oh man, that coalescence from Lamp coming out, getting Zen and Zarya. This is helping put Toxic Storm up in numbers. Lamp also getting a kill on that Mercy. Small working with Lamp to take down the Pharah, and it looks like they're going to get a pick on that Rein to finish it off. That's what I'm talking about. We're seeing a good old Moira purple hand right here. All purple.
Yep.
I'm under attack.
Getting some
Widow's-
big picks.
The Widow swap is interesting to me because I honestly prefer McCree on this map just because it's so small for Widow, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
But I could see it working if the Pharah keeps playing outside like she is right now.
Right. Oh, Rice just taking down the enemy tire. I'm waiting to see this Pharah flank around right now. She's got her ult. You know she's going to try something in a minute here. I think the plan is put pressure on onto Toxic's front line, but Sevens is just getting a bunch of good picks coming in here too. You got Farah playing around, getting that kill on Junk while he's using his tire to kill Evergreen.
Yeah, the McCree will swap will come in now.
And there's 3wood getting Moshi. Swat getting Lucio. And we got Dark Lion killing Farah. So looks like it's, yep, 7 Sins taking the point again.
Really good stall. Oh, but really good right click from Hobos on small. That will definitely give them like 10% more.
Plus that extra stagger time.
Yep.
Огонь по готовности.
Oh, we're starting to see some ults out front here. Interesting grab right outside the front door from 3wood. It looks like they're able to secure a kill on that Mercy. That's going to be huge in keeping them stunned back. Looks like they're trying to push though with some ults here. We got Lamp trying to push out with his ult. Riptire coming in. Oh, Riptire getting Small and Lamp and Rice. Oh man, the 3-man tire. And Evergreen and 3 cleaning up the tanks. We're gonna have to see some Hammond or something come out. They're gonna even try to touch this point again. Looks like Mercy trying to touch it. Waste Valk trying to get in.
Justice reigns from
And that's first point going to 7 Sins as we see everyone dying in slow motion to this barrage.
Frightening.
Fantastic.
Scores 0-1.
So yeah, that stagger on the McCree really kind of messed up Toxic Storm because they could have gotten one more fight out of that, but instead they only were able to get one instead of 2. I mean,
Right, especially pushing, and I think that grab, questionable as it was, getting that Mercy right out in the beginning of the fight there, that's huge because you know you want your Mercy to push, and when you don't have her, you kind of just have to end up waiting. So one here you can't res is the Mercy on your team.
yep.
So looks like we're gonna keep running that Farah from 7 Sins, also with a Tracer this time, running a dive comp actually. We're getting dive comp here with Mercy Zen. And Small staying on that Widow, interesting pick. Rice, okay, so both teams running a pharmacy. I'm interested to see how this plays out.
Healing stream engaged.
Do they focus each other? Do they? Oh no, Mushi getting
I am
Small over there on the Widow. It's gonna make his time as a Farah way easier. Also putting Toxic Storm down a man. This is an interesting sky fight. We got here Lamp getting a kill on SWAT. Looks good. Moosh getting Mercy. Oh,
That's how it's done.
Hobos looks like he's trying to cap in the back here by himself, and his team's coming to help him out. Dark Line getting 2-3 picks right here. However, 7 Sins still able to capture the point. Wow, 7 Sins down the numbers, but holding the point. That's pretty good. This is going to at least get them some time on the board. Hopefully maybe enough time for their team to come back and stagger. Let's see.
Capturing the objective.
SWAT coming in. All right, Dark Line securing more kills. This guy's playing huge.
I'm here.
Dark Lion trying Rice. Yep, getting the kills off point. Trying to just keep 7 Sins off this point long enough where they can cap it, but 7 Sins keeps staggering. They're holding this point. All right, it goes to Toxic Storm, but 7 Sins already at 34%. That was awesome. They were down the whole time.
Yeah. Really good for them actually, because that's equivalent to about like a whole fight of 3% that they got.
Right. That's what we call the good stagger, right?
Yep. I do feel like this match will be a lot about the Farah duel,
reigns from above.
Ooh.
but
Rice getting enemy Farah. Looks like Moosh gets it kill with Dark Lion. Evergreen, huge. Getting those Primal Rage boops. That's awesome.
This is not bad.
Evergreen is insane, dude.
Evergreen's good, man. Finishing off Moshi getting 3 of the picks in that fight. That was great. 3wood finishing off Rice in the sky. It's actually really nice too. Now that I say it, 7 Sins having that diva, that's gonna help them out in that Farah battle. Like you were saying, if the fight involves the Farah battle heavily, the fact that 7s is running that diva, I think that's huge. But also Small running that McCree. We'll have to see what works.
We got ourselves a bit of a Farah duel right now. I feel like Musashimi has an advantage, to be honest.
Huge pick though from Small getting that Mercy right there. It's gonna be giant for this next push. However, 3 and Evergreen securing 2 of the kills from 7 Sins. 4 7 Sins, excuse me. Moosh getting a kill on that Mercy. Yep. It's gonna go right back to 7 Sins holding down the point as they slowly pick these guys off one at a time. Evergreen, 2 more huge primal kills. Is that 2 primals in one fight? I feel like the fight hasn't even ended yet.
lost
Just
temper.
whole game is one long extended fight.
This is awesome.
Weapon system
That's kind of how this is. Yeah, both teams just kind of just fighting it out, just trying to get some point time.
Helden sterben nicht.
Oh, are they gonna be able to get in time? Let's go get into barrage from Moosh. Gets two. The Ryan and the Lucio for the enemy team. Huge grab though. Rice pulling out his own barrage, securing 2 kills.
Not able to get a point on.
Not able to get on point though, unfortunately. And you're right, it is going to 7 sins. Wow, that was a good game. How amazing that 7 sins was down to 3 people.
The game.
And even though Toxic Storm was there, maybe I'm gonna chalk it up. Maybe lack of communication. Maybe nobody was saying, "Hey, you guys, we got 3 of them. Let's get the point. And let's just fight them from there." You know.
Yeah.
I think definitely giving that point up and allowing them to cap it, and then just letting them trickle in one at a time. You got Tracer from the ground zigzagging around. You got Pharah. Like they definitely let them get way too much space in that beginning there.
Definitely. Lots of just simple mistakes like that cost Storm the match there, I'd say.
Oh yeah, definitely. The whole fight was just this little constant struggle, kind of.
Yeah. It was back and forth, but at the same time, it wasn't really.
I think we can safely say at this point, I want to give I kind of want to give Evergreen that MVP award.
Yeah, he's definitely carrying, not carrying, but the main backbone of 7 Sins here.
Yeah, he's playing huge on that Winston. I think Winston's definitely a character that I feel like is underappreciated, especially at a lower level. And I think he's able to kind of take advantage of that and really do some work with him in this league here in this match we're seeing today. Fantastic. Definitely know where to keep my camera a little bit more. Halftime. All right.
Next map is 2CP, right?
I forget. I want to say yes.
I think it's Anubis or Volskaya.
Okay. That sounds right. I think we saw Volskaya last time, so that's be good. So what are we're at 1-1 now, right? Toxic and 7.
Yep.
All right. So what do you think can come out ahead here, Squid? What are you thinking next map?
Storm has
2CP.
map pick, right? Toxic has map pick. Okay. I'd like to see them pick Anubis then. Okay.
Is Volskaya an option?
Yeah, Volskaya, it's Volskaya or Anubis.
Well, it looks like Toxic already saying Volskaya, so they might be picking that.
I would have preferred to see Anubis come out of them because their snipers popped off on. Or not snipers. Goats popped off on. Wait.
Yeah, that was
confused.
Toxic. They were running the good goats on, you're talking about Blizzard World.
Yeah, never mind then. I meant Volskaya. Because goats can be really good on Volskaya too, so if they just run that again, it can work.
That's true. The distance is pretty small. All they really have to do is just kind of push them right off and then take it. Only downside would be if 7 Sins is maybe set up in some of those high ground spots. Maybe they can hold the point from there.
Yeah, but I feel like they're probably going to be running the dive on both defense and offense here.
So let me
just
ask
'cause
you,
it's working for them.
when we were talking about Blizzard World and you were saying, hey, let's use a Torb turret, put it on in Grain Room. That's what you like to run there. So let me ask you, Volskaya Industries, they've got that same kind of setup on point where they have that back box room. Do you think the same strat applies there, or do you think it's different due to sight lines in the game?
I feel like it's different because Volskaya typically you want to hold at. It's a lot. Volskaya is like a compressed version of
Okay.
Blizzard World, like without all the long sight lines. So on Blizzard World, either the fight will take place on point, or it just won't happen at all. On Volskaya, it'll either happen at the choke, or basically not at all.
Right.
So Torb kind of loses his usefulness there, unless you play like a dive with Torb, maybe. But I'd say if you're gonna play point, then I'd rather have the Sombra instead of Torb because of the health pack in that room.
Okay.
Like if you hack the health pack, it gives you more utility than the turret in that situation, I'd say.
True.
Because on Blizzard World, there's no health pack there, just empty space.
Right, exactly. Okay, cool. So maybe some. So you think of Sombra might be worth playing here?
Yeah, used to be a thing back when health packs gave her ult charge, but Sombra's still crazy good. So
Oh yeah. Sure, she can't get those instant health packs anymore, but it's like an instant hack now, so that's nice.
yeah, if they do Sombra with dive, like just the scouting potential Sombra gives you is insane. Like she can tell you where everyone is all the time, and you can just go okay, and then just jump them without even seeing them.
Yeah. That'd be good. I'm excited. I really love to see a Sombra come out. Yesterday she came out. It was awesome seeing her then. I'm excited to see her again now.
If not on this map, I'd like to see her on Root, because Root is crazy good for her too. She has 2 easy mega stack in the gas station and the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
And Root's a pretty good dive map compared to the other pick, which I forgot, but pretty sure it's not a dive map.
You're saying root or what else?
Huh? Root 66.
Yeah.
Sombra on it.
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah, that's what we saw yesterday. Like I was telling you, it was huge, man.
Yeah.
And Sombra was able to do so much work. I'd love to see another. I hope to see another good payload push yesterday, like we did yesterday. Yesterday was cool. I don't think you were here for it. We saw I believe it was. I can't remember if it was Nova or the other team. We saw a really cool strat though, where they applied a dual. They did a dual shield, or excuse me, it was Lightbringers. Lightbringers brought out a dual shield, Bastion, dual snipers, and a Mercy. And I know you're already probably thinking, "Oh my gosh, there's no heals there," but it was actually really impressive the way they played it, with the Bastion pushing down the main lane, and the dual shield, the 2 shields in the front, Mercy right behind him, and these 2 snipers were off on the side. Bastion was almost a distraction, and these 2 snipers were just securing constant picks the entire game, and it was really interesting to watch.
Yeah. With the double shield, I don't feel like the lack of healing is that big of an issue. Since you
True.
can just kind of camp behind it with the tanks and Bastion. And then
Yeah.
Mercy just pocket snipers. But that is really like how Bastion works a lot of the time. He's not really the biggest threat because you can just, just hide from him. But then when you hide, you put yourself at risk from other sight lines. And so basically, if a Bastion's in play, nowhere is safe.
Right.
You will die no matter where you are.
True. All right, Squid, I'm going to go fill up some water real quick. I will be right back.
Yeah, me too.
That's pretty. What is that?
All right, I'm back. Whenever you are ready, Squid.
I'm here as well.
All right. So Volskaya, we've got our predictions in. We're thinking Toxic Storm, hopefully seeing a Goats comp from them. I couldn't think of the name of it for a second.
Yep.
So Toxic runs Goats. What do you think Seven Shin should be doing right now to prepare for the possible Goats?
I think they should bunker down near the forklift with just a junk. That way they can just kind of kite out the goats with the
Okay.
with the junk spam. If they get close, he can just mine and that kind of thing. And if they stay far, then they take out so much spam and deplete Moira's resources before she can actually get in.
So with a junk, I assume you know your shield comp and all that jazz. What would the second DPS then be for that?
Maybe a brig instead of a second DPS.
Okay. Now, hey, dude, I am a strong supporter that Brig is a DPS when I play my games. So
Yeah, or maybe even a widow hanging in the back right,
there you go.
just for in case they swap Pharah.
We've got a swap right here. Looks like Lethal's in the game now too. We're on Seven Sins. Is he swapping out for? Is Broxton? Was Broxton last game?
Yeah, I think.
And then on the other team, Zinian. He's been in the game, right? I think so.
Pretty sure.
I missed the swap, so I'm like trying to reevaluate everything.
Yeah.
All right, 50 seconds on the clock. What are you thinking so far? Looking at these guys.
Look at the team comps. I don't know why Toxic Storm keeps trying to force the no defensive ult thing. It hasn't worked
Ready for
every time they run it.
maneuvers.
And they know that they're gonna be playing dive. So,
So
it
you're saying
really
a
just
big-
having
In 30 seconds.
I was gonna say, so you're saying a really big disadvantage for Toxic is the lack of the defensive ult. You're thinking they need to be running something like a Zen or a Lucio to keep that defensive ult up?
yeah, because if the Ana and the Mercy get dived right now, then they're just gonna have to be to pocket each other, and you know they can't really do anything until the tanks get off of them. But with like Mercy Zen, then Mercy can just pocket Zen, and Zen can keep healing other people, I guess, and also
True.
fend for his own, I guess. You know, and
I
then
hear you.
with
I thought that-
Lucio, he can just kind of do the same, but think about it less than Zen.
Right. Yeah, Lucio definitely got that mobility, keeps him out of the fight.
This will protect us.
All right, so right off the bat here, we got Toxic Storm trying to push in, looking for a way to dive this comp. Rocking from 7. Seeing another bit of like a fair duel up on this match. Looking for that first pick right now. SWAT Cat getting the Mercy. It's going to be a huge pick. Rice getting Hobos. Oh, but Evergreen getting Lamp, and that's both healers down for Toxic Storm. Evergreen securing some kills on, wow, Evergreen coming out here.
Maximum efficiency.
Get what he can. Darkline and Rice getting some picks. Wow, it's a very interesting fight right here. And it looks like Seven Sins went ahead and pulled it. Evergreen doing what he does best, wrecking him. That was awesome. It definitely was great seeing SWAT getting that Mercy right off the bat. And you could see because of that, Mercy is instantly swapped to Brig for this next fight.
Yeah.
And Lamp going ahead and swapping over to that Moira.
New defense point. Objective B.
I'm back in the fight.
Mercy with the "We Not Gonna Take It" music in the background.
Get back. Stand.
And they're pushing in right here. Seven Sins looking for a pick. Trying to play a little passive, looking for something to dive on. Evergreen trying to mess with this Vera up top here.
Clearing the area.
Evergreen doing that fair, probably a losing battle. Fortunately for Evergreen. Rice securing a kill on the Diva Mech 3. We see a slam come out, unfortunately no picks from the slam. Rice and Smole securing some kills on 7.
Repairing the damage.
But yep, wow, 7 Sins coming back. These fights are so back and forth. Evergreen getting a kill on that Brig. Rice winning the Farah battle though. And it looks like Toxic Storm's gonna be able to hold this one out. Darkline getting 3, and looks like they're just gonna have to clean up what's left on point. Probably Probably a bit of a wasted pulse bomb right that second coming out from SWAT.
Yeah.
With him and Hobos going down at the end.
Even though they got like 2 people towards the end of that fight, Toxic Storm was just able to trickle in better than Seven Sins was, just because of spawn advantage, and Seven Sins didn't dump enough ults into it that then they probably should have, in my opinion.
Right. And we're probably going to be seeing a lot of those ults soon in a second here. We see almost just about 4, 5, we almost got about 8 or 9 total on the board in a sec, so we'll just see how these ults get played out and see how they get some picks in here.
You might want to.
We see an Empty Dragon coming up, but Lucio getting a kill on Evergreen. That's going to be huge. Toxic Storm getting that kill right off the bat. Rice also secured a kill on Lethal. Along with Hanzo's both getting some kills here. But it's looking like it's not going to be enough, with Seven Sins going to have to head back out, waiting for the Ryan to come back. That was really good, seeing that Brig got a good stun there on Evergreen. That was a good kill.
Yeah.
Eliminating their good main tank from the front line definitely is going to hurt him. SWAT here just trying to shoot at that Pharah. They really might need something a little more dedicated for him, but maybe they'll just win the Pharah fight. We're seeing that Roadhog ult coming out. And Rice getting a kill on SWAT, pushing in from the top. And a big coalescence. Keeping Rice up in the air there. Rice also getting a kill on the Mercy. Seven Sins down way too many people. They're going to have to go ahead and back out on this one again.
Barrage ready.
It was an interesting ult from Lamp, but I think it was good keeping Rice up right then just so he could keep the pressure down.
One thing about Toxic Storm that I've noticed is that they really like holding their ults a lot, and sometimes it can work out for them and sometimes it can't. But I feel like definitely on 2CP it can work out for the better most of the time.
Right. Especially with
Like
the spawn
they're-
advantage. That one good ult gives them so much extra time.
Yeah.
This will heal you.
Like right there when Rice was doing all that stuff, normally when I'm watching like the usual flat player, he would have ulted right after the Zun for the play of the game, but it's not always the play.
Right. Smol getting a kill on Ryan here. And looks like Zinnian getting a kill on the Hanzo. We saw a lot of ults come out there. Not a lot of picks from the ults though, but Lamp finishing off Lethal. And it looks like Toxic Storm's going to go ahead and be holding their house today while they finish cleaning up the picks. We saw a lot of empty ults there though. We saw a Dragon, we saw a Barrage, and it didn't look like anybody was really getting killed from the ults.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I was just talking about it and they used them all.
Yeah, they heard you, man. I feel like Toxic, maybe that ult hold is maybe they need to be a little more organized. Maybe they should be calling out. I don't know their comms, of course, but maybe they should be saying, you know, hey, we've got these 2 ults. Let's use these this fight. Maybe there's just kind of a lack of communication there, and that's why we're seeing kind of scattered ults and a weight of them.
Yeah.
Evergreen getting nothing with the slam, unfortunately, but Rice managed to finish off Hobos in the back. Small getting a kill on McCree. Evergreen getting the enemy Reinhardt though, but Seven Sins still down here. It's going to be hard. They're going to need another couple picks if they want to even try to take this right now. Zidian getting a kill on Evergreen. It's going to have to be a back out from Seven Sins right here. They're popping another barrage already. Wow. We just saw one at the beginning of the last fight too. Lucio doing some work on Brig. Which I guess isn't too hard on this map being so small. Brig's a huge pick.
Valkyrie is ready.
Yeah,
That's actually a huge slam, but
it was a
he
good
seemed,
shatter.
like,
Just
afraid to push in.
right. His team was behind him.
Heroes never die.
Oh, Dark Line getting picked, pushing in a little too hard here. If they can wait this out, SWAT Cat getting the Brig. That's huge. This is gonna be a huge play for them.
Your condition.
Seven Sins pushing in. We've got Rice in the back line, seeing if he can't secure maybe a pick on the supports back here, but they're not going down without a fight. Picks from both sides. Evergreen and 3 getting some good, huge tank picks right here. Rice getting off that McCree. I don't know. Could go either way. And then good. We got a good grab coming up here. Can they get the Brig out of it? Oh, good slam. Getting 3 down. Beautiful. Dark Line coming in clutch there, killing both supports and the Zarya. That was awesome. We are seeing some good tanks today, man.
Yeah.
Dark Line subbing in for
Seconds remaining.
what was his name? Oh, I forget.
Dungy.
Yeah, Punji or whatever, Padunji, yeah. And yeah, these tanks are just playing huge today. This is great.
Rice did deflect the dragon though from their enemy Hanzo, which was really cool.
Oh wow, I didn't miss that. That's
He did.
awesome.
Walked up slowly and deflected it, and it would have been a big one if he didn't. So
Smol and
Props
Rice
there for
both
that.
here, pussing out the dragons, getting the kills, securing 3 kills between the two of them, and Lampet managing to finish off Lucio. Dragonite just dying, and they're gonna have to just do a regroup right here for the last push. It's not looking good. Only having the slam from Evergreen, running the Lucio, and hopefully able to catch back up to the point in time. I guess go either way right here. We don't really see any ults from Toxic Storm either.
Valkyrie is charging.
6 seconds on the clock. Lethal trying to get something with a high noon right here. Oh, and getting deflected by Rice. Rice deflecting his own high noon into him. Oh my goodness, Toxic Storm able to get all the picks right here. Dark Lion, Small getting huge picks. Lucio killing that Zarya. We see Dark Lion getting the Mercy, just swinging. Oh my goodness, huge plays. Wow, so that's 2 ults that Rice just threw right back in their face that game.
yep,
That's amazing.
really good Genji.
Score.
Squid, tell me, when you're deflecting, I don't play a lot of Genji myself. When you deflect a McCree ult, you have to be facing right at him, right?
I don't play Genji that much either, so I can't speak on the matter.
Because I feel like they get a lot of those, and I always have to ask myself, like, I don't assume the aim lock works both ways, like it'll automatically deflect it back to him.
I think it works both ways though. Pretty.
You think it does? So if Genji's just deflecting, and as long as McCree's somewhere in front of him, then it auto deflects right back to the McCree?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, you might just get to see what you want. Different map, though. Oh, never mind. I thought we'd be seeing some hamster play coming out from Toxic here. Oh, okay. So it sounds like it
So-
is. They'll just bounce in their direction. That's good.
Yeah. I would like to see goats out of Toxic Storm here, because all they need to do is cap right here, and then it's a draw. And
Right.
if it's a
Exactly.
draw, they win, don't they?
Try that again.
I think.
I'm
I'm
not
not
sure.
Incoming in 30
Oh yeah. Well, no. It's actually tied up right now. It's 1-1.
Okay, yeah, never mind that. If they draw, then
You're gonna come down to the last game.
yeah. So even if they draw, it's still technically a win.
But you're right. That goats is so strong right off the bat, really, because you can just run the goats, run straight to point, and usually the enemy team doesn't have enough time to kind of. If they're not ready for goats, they're gonna definitely lose that first point with the respawn disadvantage.
Yeah.
Attackers incoming.
But we'll see here. It looks like they're running. We're keeping that Brig and that Moira with a Hog Reinhardt and our Dragon Shimada brothers. It's gonna be interesting. Coming out of Toxic Storm here.
This will
7 Sins running that pharmacy. That's what they're sticking with this game. It looks like.
I require assistance.
Both teams looking for an early pick right here off the bat. Looks like
Thanks for the
Toxic Storm here trying to push around the side, maybe get up behind him. Secure that high ground for their Hanzo, maybe.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of this because Fair can just spam out that doorway. They're not. They might not be able to push past it, but I don't know. It could work out.
Working for him so far. Rice securing that kill on Evergreen when they're coming out. Lucio getting the Mercy. Toxic Storm getting the picks right here. Hog on that ult. Lamps already busting out a Coalescence just to help finish it off. Lethal, unfortunately, dying to his own rockets, and Rice finishing off that Hanzo. Man, Rice is a force to be reckoned with on this map, playing as Genji. We were talking about this beforehand. Rice, big Genji player, and here it is. Getting those huge deflects, those huge picks on the back line. So they didn't run goats, but it looked like they did.
Yeah, they acted like they did.
Yeah, they acted it, and it worked. They played the part well, so we'll see how it goes right here on the second point. They have 6.5 minutes to get 1 tick on the payload. Let's see what they can do. Already seen a Dragon Arrow in the back from SWAT. That looks pretty good. Evergreen getting some kills with Lethal. 7 Sins starting to say, hey, you know what? We're going to start getting some picks in this fight.
2 picks already. Really good for them, but they hesitated a little too long.
Yeah, it's still going to be a regroup coming from Toxic Storm side.
Time to raise
Kind of wishing now that Lamp had saved that ultimate at the end of that last fight to help out with this next push, but he's already getting pretty close to another one. I guess when you're playing Moira and you get those huge heals and damage, you really don't have to worry about having your ult too often.
Lots of ults for Seven Sins. Both sides, really.
Both sides. And I'm excited to see Rice's Dragon Blade. I'm really excited to see what he does with this.
I feel like they just have to bait Trance out of Zen and then it'll be huge, so hopefully Hog hooks and then ults Zen, but normally I'd say that trading Blade for Trance is good, but Rice is like actually such a good Genji, I don't think it would be.
Yeah, Rice is doing huge staggered or stun 2 there from Darkline. We're seeing that lethal barrage up top. Darkline getting a kill, but Lethal and Hobo is able to get 2 of the kills from Toxic Storm down. Toxic Storm being down in the numbers, they're gonna have to go ahead and back out here.
Maximum
Lamp falling too. Rice is trying to get away from this Winston on his butt. It's not gonna be enough. That's a good stagger. Seven Sins is doing good in that last fight.
Yep, but they got the Trance out. I think that was really the whole goal of that. And now they're just gonna try to set up Rice for the
My ultimate is
Blade.
There you go.
This is my win.
At least
Pop
they
him in
should.
an armor pack and watch him go, right?
Yep. Let it rip.
Let her rip. All right, Monkey's coming around the side here. Looks like he's trying to get some sneaky picks. We're seeing Evergreen going around the back, trying to mess with them from the backside. Oh, but Rice. Oh, he's in the back DPS. He's going deep. Rice securing a kill on Zen. Oh my gosh. And Small with his dragons getting a kill on SWAT. Darkline killing Evergreen. Everybody's winning their matchups here. Toxic Storm up 3. Lucio killing Mercy. Seven Sins is trying, but they're on their last leg here. Lamp securing a kill. Darkline finishing off the tanks and the Lucio. I really think this is going to be right now in the way of, yep, Toxic Storm.
Victory.
Yep.
That dragon, now that really was bad for Seven Sins because Rice got in the backline there, popped his Dragon Blade. All those DPS were just easy targets sitting up on that backline, and he just was knifing right through him left and right.
Yeah. I feel like it could have been better, but he kind of like, I don't know if it was the ghost slash bug, I don't know. But he missed one of them on the Zen and then only was able to get him, I guess. And adds a
Look at
swap
that. 30 kills, nice.
insane.
And we gotta give Darkline some credit for that end play right there. Oh my gosh, that charge into that grab right there and that slam, that was huge. Or no grab. I think I meant to say coalescence. I don't know, but yeah, that was still awesome. So good plays here. Toxic not running. So they're not running goats, but they're running Brig. They're kind of like a baby goats with Brig. Or no, yeah, Deathball. You're right.
Yeah,
What an interesting comp though.
normally running Ryan without Zarya is kind of like bad because you just let your Ryan get bullied.
Right.
But I feel like the Ryan Hog worked here because of the Brig and because they were playing into dive too. So
True.
like Brig basically acted as Zarya in that situation.
Yeah, Brig stuck with the Reinhardt. And Brig doesn't have to worry about peeling for her other support because Moira is able to just slip out of there at any point. She doesn't have to sit like how she would next to like a Mercy or a Zen or something. Maybe she'd help protect them. She's able to run
Yeah.
right in there with Reinhardt, and they both just cause damage together, wreak havoc.
Moira can just fade out as soon as she gets dived. So
Yeah,
Seven Sins didn't really have any dive targets to really dive.
that's true. Yeah. Yeah, they're running that Pharah. We were seeing. Has Seven been running Pharmacy every game, or?
I think they've tried it at least once on each map.
I think they have. Yeah, really hoping just to pull out some of that offense cheese right there. And I don't think it's worked decent for them in some maps, but Toxic Storm's up 2-1, so we'll see if they use Pharmacy again. And we're going to Dorado, baby. Squid, you got your passport?
Traveling to Dorado.
You know it. Hola, amigo.
Hola, como esta? Awesome. All right, huge pauses here in the beginning. All right, who's winning this round? Give it to me. I know you already know.
I don't actually. I
Squid,
think it
don't
could
lie to
go
me. I know
either
you've
way.
already rigged this. I know you've already rigged one team to win. Which one is it?
Sticking to the script feels weird, man. if they hold first point, then I'd say Storm wins. If it goes past first point, I'd say Seven Sins wins.
Interesting. Okay. So you're saying Storm would win if they doesn't go past the first. So you're saying up to that first doorway by the first point.
I'm leaning more towards Storm though, because if Seven Sins keeps forcing the Pharah pick, second point Pharah can really drop off just even without a hit scan, because there's so much high ground on the two bridges that you can just get anyone up there and they'll be able to deal with her.
That's true, especially if we see Toxic's Rice come out. I know Genji's not always the first pick to kill a Pharah, but if he's right up in her face, it really won't take much at all.
Yeah.
So interesting calls there. Especially with Toxic being so good at running together and just bum rushing, it kind of gives them. I feel like it kind of gives them a little advantage here, where their objective is to take a cart and just rush it through.
Yeah.
I think they'll do a good job of fighting on the cart.
I don't know what Toxic. Storm is really just kind of shut down. Seven Sins dive and because they just play the most elusive characters. They don't give them anyone to dive.
Right.
Like just looking at the comps right now, McCree can just like flash and then roll. Hanzo can just use the little dash. Ryan will just swing and be pocketed by everyone. Zarya can just bubble herself. Brig is Brig, and then Moira can just fade. Like they have no one to dive.
Yeah, worst case scenario,
but
if they run into this fight, you already know out of all those targets, they're going to say, oh, let's get the McCree. You already know Evergreen's going to be calling out. Let's get the McCree. He's probably going to dive him. McCree has his role, which is good to get away, but obviously it's not quite enough. But he has literally a Zarya bubble, a Brig who could charge him off, and then he's just got the damage. And, of course, Punji. Punji's back in now, by the way, from who was last game? I forget. Dark Line.
Dark Line, yeah.
I always say I forget, and then I remember as soon as you're about to say. That's what I do. But yeah, so Punji coming in too. I think it's definitely gonna be hard to dive into this. I agree with you 100%, and it looks like that's what they're going to try to do here.
2, 1.
With Brox on Widow this time, instead of running that pharmacy. So we are seeing a swap up there. Traditional dive with a Widow.
Yeah, this is definitely a Widow map.
Interesting play here. It looks like
Tower to forward.
Toxic is taking the bottom ground. I'm surprised they're not taking the high ground and then flanking around, but it might work out for them as Winston tries to dive in here on their heavy death ball comp.
Yeah, I feel like they knew that they were gonna run the dive, and so they didn't want to set up top there because they'd just be easy pickings, honestly. But if they play around the arch, then they don't. Then Seven Sins doesn't have like really anywhere to jump besides the right side or the left side.
Small gonna pick on Evergreen. See him res right back up. Yeah, that's huge, big brain plays right there coming from Toxic Storm. And there's our Coalescence coming out from Lamp, getting a secure on that Mercy.
Ultimate is charging.
This is gonna help stagger Seven Sins a little bit with Evergreen sitting up top. He'd be trying to get a sneaky pick, probably just waiting. Unfortunately, he has been seen by that Hanzo arrow, so his team knows he's there. I don't know if he's caught on to that just yet. They're gonna try to secure that kill right off the bat, and then running away. So Brock switching from Widow to Junkrat. Maybe try to get a little more damage into that comp.
Yeah, I feel the Widow would have been better if she got the flank off, just because, like I said earlier, it's hard to dive into this comp, but if you have Widow, that doesn't matter because you can just get a headshot and they're dead. So
Right,
ideally, you just jump in and then get Widow on the really long flank, you know which one I'm talking about, and then she can just headshot the dive target.
Exactly. So we see Small here getting a kill on that SWAT. Pulling on a Dragon. Doesn't look like it's able to secure anybody though. High Noon in the back, unfortunately able to get any kills as well. Moshi getting a kill on Mercy. Mercy's having a hard time over there on Seven Sins. She's getting picked early on these fights. With Small, Rice, and Punji just finishing up the picks. Lucio does go down, but I don't think it's going to be big enough. I think he'll be back way in time before the enemy team's able to stack back up. Even with that far spawn. Oh, we see SWAT swapping over to the Pharah, so they're running pure damage now. And there's Pharmacy. Seven Sins, baby.
Routing tower to forward barrier.
You asked for it, right?
Of course.
So you see Pharah going around the back here trying to flank, but she's going to play right into Rice here. And this Rice gets killed by the tire from Brox. That's going to be huge for his team and trying to compete with this Pharah. Lamp pulling off the Coalescence in the back there. Looks like the fight's kind of going either way. 3-wood getting DMAC by Small. Oh, we see the huge grab getting pulled off. This is going to be big for Toxic. Getting rid of 7 Sins Trans. A Lamp getting those 2 picks. Looks like 7 Sins is going to have to back out and regroup.
60 seconds remaining.
I was getting a little nervous when they took down Rice right off the bat there, but this team can definitely hold up against the Pharah even without their hit scan.
Yeah. Especially since the skybox is so low on this map. Like, even Hanzo can just take care of her easily.
Yeah, true. Really doesn't have a lot of space to go. Small popping out that close range dragon, see if he can get any picks with that. Looks like he is able to get 2. Oh my gosh, Junkrat and Zen both falling. Lucio getting a kill on Evergreen. This gives Toxic Storm the space they need to push up. They're going to try to get a couple of extra picks here, stagger them as good as they can. We've got Rice up on that high ground, just waiting for Pharah. It looks like Toxic Storm here, kind of pushing up a little bit past the choke. They kind of just want to hold this courtyard, keep them from getting on the point and securing any extra overtime they can. This is where the ball comes out. Oh, a huge slam! Coming out from Evergreen there. Unfortunately, unable to get any picks on that. Brox with 2 picks on the enemy supports. Toxic's down some numbers here. This could be going in the way of 7 Sins. Punji and Small trying their best to keep it up. SWAT unable to get Punji, or able to get Punji and Small. That's awesome. We're seeing this Pharah coming out to play. Moshi trying to run back just so he doesn't get staggered. We'll see if they can hold it before the door right here. Otherwise, we're going to be getting some extra time on the clock.
Justice reigns from above.
Oh, and a huge barrage coming out from SWAT, getting Lucio there. 3 securing that kill on Rice. This keeps the numbers in favor of 7 Sins. And there's that hamster play you've been waiting for. Evergreen rolling up on the Hammond. First pick with on the Zarya.
So yeah,
There we go.
I feel Toxic Shock should have held their ults a little more there. They used a slam when they shouldn't have. And then also used Rally. And I've been watching too much XQC, and so then it didn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I do feel like they kind of thought, hey, we won the fight. Let's just use our ults real quicker to keep it locked in. And 7 Sins did kind of take advantage of that, so. 7 Sins running the dive here, keeping the Pharah pushed up. They're definitely trying to keep the pressure on him, keep him off the cart. We see a huge grab, getting both Punji and Rice in there. However, Layup keeping them both up with a huge coalescence. We're seeing some support ults coming out here. SWAT just trying to secure some kills from above the payload. Or above the bridge, excuse me. Rice pulling out the high noon. Unable to get anything with that. Winston diving in the back line. Here's Evergreen as we know it. Putting pressure down, and oh, unfortunately, SWAT trying to pull out a barrage there, but getting picked off by Small. Moshi falling as well. But this cart just keeps on rolling. It's already almost up to second choke right here, second point.
Yeah. Toxic Shock really needs to be taking these fights on card because they're just letting 7 Sins push it for free.
Yeah, they're getting huge push, and now they're getting even huge staggers. Toxic needs to just stack back up here. Small needs to retreat back to his team probably and just stack back up. But he's getting pounced by Evergreen. It's going to be a huge stagger in the next fight.
Yeah, if they had taken that fight further up, then the cart wouldn't be. It would be where it was when this fight started.
Evergreen's just a monster. You see him here. He's got 3 behind him, and he's got his Mercy behind him, but it really is Evergreen just... He's enough pressure on this team to just keep them all pushed up. It's awesome to see. And we're seeing that huge grab dragon. 3 picks right there. 3 Brox and Hobos all falling down. There's just a pile of dead bodies laying next to the cart from over there on 7 Sins side. Who said grab dragon's dead, man?
Resident Sleeper.
7 Sins with 3 ults though in this next fight. Toxic Storm with 2. We'll see how this plays out. They've got their grab dragon on 7 Sins. Let's see if they can pull out as big of a one that Toxic just did.
That grab's gonna be really big because they have at least 4 people grouped up at all times.
Dang, there it is. Yep. Brock's getting Lucio and Punji. Huge picks right at the bat here. Hopefully Toxic's able to kind of retreat a little bit, maybe stack back up. SWAT getting a pick and Small both killing each other in the fight, but there's gonna be a res from Mercy.
This is not your
Toxic here really needing to kind of play a little more defensive, just stack back up with their team. Rice, kind of hard for him right now playing into this Winston. We've got SWAT up above, just raining down fire with Pharah.
60 seconds.
Rice get a kill on Brox. That's good. That's gonna be good. That's 2 picks. That's their 2 of their DPS down.
This
It's probably gonna force 7 Sins into a bit of retreat here. Good fight so far. 45 seconds on the clock. We got maybe one more team fight in here.
Do I have your attention yet?
Small getting a kill though on 7 Sins. Nice. That's a good stagger. So yeah, we are gonna have just that last fight here. Looks like they are swapping back out to a Diva
30 seconds.
over on 7 Sins side. So we'll see how this plays.
Toxic Shock does have the blade, which could potentially just win them the entire game if he gets the right people.
Especially with
But,
that slam, that could be huge.
Yeah, they also have the trance though, so definitely gotta get that out. Oh, and there it is.
Perfect. They went ahead and used their trans early. That might end up hurting them in this fight. We'll see. There's a barrage of buff from SWAT. Brock's getting a kill on Small. And Evergreen. Brock's, we're just seeing the pigs coming out here from 7 Sins. Brock's killing Rice as well. This is going to be big for them. Toxic just needs to do what they can to just back out and regroup. Brig in the backline trying to fight it out. Got Moshi up on Cart just trying to stall.
Shoot you down.
Small coming back to Cart. They really do have time to get one more stack up. They really are staggering right now.
is approaching its destination.
Oh, and here's the blade from Rice. What can it do? Oh, and he goes right into the dragons from Brox. Oh, man. Punji securing 2 kills right here at the end. Brox's dragons getting a few, and SWAT helping him finish off Moira. It's the end of the first round.
Yeah, definitely held the blade way too long there. He went to go contest the Hanzo
Score
without blade and then just died there and
3. Switching
basically
sides.
wasn't able to get a good one in when he had an opportunity.
Right.
But 0 seconds. I think they could maybe get a better time than that.
Yeah, what do we have to see here in the next fight in order to see 7 Sins secure a win and get us 2-2?
I want to see a really long Widow flank
Okay.
from the back, and
That could-
maybe I wouldn't say Doomfist, but they're gonna. Well, we know 7 Sins is gonna play dive, so got some Hammond coming out.
Oh, there we go. Hammond Diva, okay.
They're Hammond Diva is it's like a all-in version of dive. Like it's
Right.
it's when you send all 6 people on your team in. So I don't know how I feel about it with Hanzo and Farah and Zen, but
So Squid, let me
work.
ask you, Hamster. I hear Hamster's a main tank. Yes or no?
Coming in
Yeah.
30 seconds.
He's a main tank.
yes.
Primary reasons.
Main tank's job is to create space. It's not to protect the team, because people go like, "Oh, a main tank has a shield, so it protects the team." No, that's not what a main tank does. Like if
Right.
a Tracer's on your backline, Orisa can't do anything about that. Ryan can't do anything about that. Monkey might be able to do something, but he's mostly just gonna be farmed for pulse.
5,
Like
Mhm.
4,
the people who really do all the peeling and protecting are the off tanks. Like Diva can DM.
incoming.
Hog can hook the Tracer, just yoink her out of existence, and then Zarya has bubble.
Right.
And so, a lot of people also say like, oh, a main tank has a shield, and an off tank doesn't. But really, it's just about creating space. A main tank makes space, an off tank establishes that space
All right.
by
Awesome.
either killing anyone who enters it or protecting it. I'd go into more specifics, but the match is starting, so.
No, that's fair. That's good. That's good. We'll let everybody know. New hero. We got to talk about him a little bit. We're getting 3 here. Getting out 2 picks. Beautiful. Ryan and Widowmaker both falling to that Diva. Rice winning the Farah fight up here against Brox, though. Will it be enough to keep the cart moving?
That being said, though, I do feel like Cameron is like a weird hybrid of the two.
He is.
But
He fits
he's
in a weird
mostly like
spot.
main.
Routing power.
Yeah,
Shield.
definitely. Rice getting a kill on that Hanzo. That's good. We're seeing some good plays from Rice here on this Farah. Punji able to get that D-Mech. Securing the kill on Diva. Moshi getting a kill on that Zen. Both healers cleaned up over on 7 Sin side. It looks like Toxic's just starting to roll through him now. They're starting to kind of get their speed and momentum going.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
I wonder if Evergreen's gonna be swapping out this Hamster. And there he is, the Winston. Now, if something's not broke, why fix it, right?
Yep, just keep
That-
doing. What
That
should
Winston's their big play. That's definitely not what they need to be swapping here. Brock's getting a pick on Rice. We're starting to see some Widow play here. This is what you wanted, right?
Yep.
He's over here moving down the flank. This is it. This was called by Squid.
This point's all gonna be about the Widow duel. Like, so many sight lines with the high ground here.
Oh! Both
that was
Widows
actually-
going down with SWAT helping out with that smoke kill.
Join me.
All right. It's gonna be a Widow fight. Both Widows just die.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Got a Dragon Arrow coming in from SWAT, trying to get it close, and it does get Punji on the Rhine.
Let's get you back in
Ooh, and a res on Evergreen. 7 Sins stacked up here. I think they're gonna be able to hold this card for a sec. Big nuke coming in possibly. 3 Wood getting Rice down. Toxic Storm gonna have to probably back out and regroup a little bit here while 7 Sins applies their dominance. 3 Wood. Good old freaking 3 Wood and Evergreen right here. They don't give anybody space to back out of the fight either. They want those staggers. And that's huge plays right there.
Ult economy's looking kind of dry for 7 Sins.
Right? With those like 4 flashing over on Toxic side. So this could be a good chance for Toxic to retake. They've got that Grav. Rice doesn't have a Blade coming up, so I'm guessing you're going to see Grav in this next fight as long as they can make sure that D.Va doesn't just eat it right off the bat. Grav on that bridge could potentially be big. They just don't really have anything to follow it up with damage, I guess.
Yeah.
forward shield. I will shield.
7 Sins is playing so spread out right now. Like, there's no real opportunity to get a grab.
Right.
Like,
That's
everyone's
true,
on a different
yeah.
corner of the map right now.
You're guaranteeing grabbing at this point is going to be a one-man. Punji getting that D-Mech on 3. SWAT, however, able to get a kill on Small. Small definitely having a hard time as Widow with the 2 snipers against him. Oh, we're seeing some Dragon come out. Lamp and Rice able to secure a couple good kills here. SWAT getting a kill on Punji. Evergreen getting res back up. But Lucio able to kill his Zen. This really could go either way at this point. Oh, we see an early rally. I don't know how I feel about that one. But if Lucio's able to keep getting these kills, I mean, shoot, bring it, right?
Yeah.
Lucio, Moshi, and Lamp just pushing right on in, and they're definitely going to be able to get it to the doorway right here. Small sniping Dragon.
You might want to keep your
My ultimate is charging.
I think that's good. I like that Small swapped over to the Hanzo. I like that. I feel like he wasn't quite there with the Widow duels, and I think he's doing really good work now. And we see Brock swapping over to Hanzo as well, so it's going to be a Hanzo versus Hanzo fight. Unfortunately, no insane Widow duels, but...
Let me get you patched up.
Just random arrow duels.
Oh, 3 getting a kill on Genji behind that wall right there. Man. I feel like he was a little betrayed, but that's all good. Small getting a kill on Dragon Eye. 7 Sins being down their main heals.
Every time he nukes, someone dies.
He does, that's true.
It's the Poco of pretenders.
My will made real.
Even if it's
Yep.
not like huge, but someone will die.
Someone will die, and that pick is all it takes. You know, you got your suit back, no harm, no foul, and they're down a person. That's all you need to win the team fight. We're seeing some big ultimates coming out here. Lamp pulling out his ult. Rice, I'm ready for this Dragon Blade, ready to see it. We know this is pretty famous for winning some fights at the end here. Seeing another rally from Brig. We hear both Dragon ults being used at the same time. Rice managing to get kills on Farah and Mercy. He's in the back line trying to mess up Evergreen before Evergreen can get him. Unfortunately, Rice is taken down. Small getting a kill on Brox. Moshi getting 3. Toxic Storm is cleaning him up right here. We have to see if they can get a restack.
Evergreen survived the blade with exactly 1 HP.
Justice.
Wow.
I'm mad.
I hope we got that on film. That's awesome.
Got robbed.
Wow. And we're seeing grabs and slams in the doorway just to say, get the heck away from our point.
Score.
Beautiful. Beautiful plays. 1 health. That's insane. I feel like this Genji right now, it feels like Rice is really trying to get Evergreen. And I almost wonder if over on their team right now, Rice is like, somebody else kill the monkey he keeps getting me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because watching him just solo dive into that monkey with that dragon, I feel like that was a weird play. But if that's what's getting him and that's what it takes for him to really open up, then that's definitely a good call. But We definitely got some good players in this. This is an awesome game today.
Yeah, really close. Back and forth.
And if we see, well, Toxic here with a time. Kind of almost want to see Sevens pull out a win so we can see the tiebreaker, but Toxic might be able to just bring it home right here, 3-1.
Yeah, they're definitely expecting the fair, judging from the double hit scan.
The doubles,
So-
yeah. They said, you know what? Seven Sins has run Pharmacy once or twice so far.
Only once or twice.
Only once or
Only
twice.
a little bit.
There's at least a 5% chance we're gonna see a Pharmacy here. But we'll see here. We got the dive, we've got the Pharmacy, and we've got Brox on the Widow. Hopefully we can see some cool Widow flanks like you were talking about. Maybe there'll be enough attention pulled between these three forces. Evergreen holding the front line, Brox sniping, and SWAT up above. I'm excited. That's a lot of pressure from a lot of directions.
Yep.
Needed a doctor?
I don't know if they're gonna be able to deal with it. They're just gonna be like sitting ducks for Widow.
Right. We got SWAT here trying to get an early pick, putting in some early damage, building that ult. Already almost a third of the way. That's pretty good.
Taking heavy fire.
30 seconds remaining.
Wow, SWAT already almost at an ultimate. Amazing. Small able to get Evergreen, unfortunately, though, and that's going to be huge with only 20 seconds left in this fight. Brock's able to get a kill on Small.
It's on the flank. And now
Brock's in the back line. Wow, sniping with Farah also behind him. They're attacking from two different angles.
Remaining.
Unfortunately,
Aw,
Lamp
the
able to get Brox, yep, with that damage orb. 3 getting a kill on Lucille. Looks like they might, if they can touch the car here, they get some contest time, but it's looking like this might go in the way of Toxic unless we see something crazy. Oh no, Hobos and SWAT getting 2 kills. Punji and Rice going down. Oh, they just turned this around big time. 3 chasing off Lamp. Oh yeah, it's gonna be hard for them to get a restack. Right, so we got Small over here on the side trying to kill him with McCree, but Cat is keeping that pressure on. And they get into the first door. Wow, that was awesome. Now we're in OT, so we got to make sure nobody leaves that cart, right?
Yep. No
don't want
Charlie Niners.
I need.
don't want to be the Charlie Niners. That's a good way to put it.
I'll lead the way.
My tactic.
But here it is gonna get tough for Toxic Storm because they almost have the grab, but they don't really have anything to combo with it since they chose to do the double hit scan. It's too late to
True.
swap because they won't get the ult in time. They'll give up too much cart. So
Not to mention
interesting to see
Seven
what they
Sins.
choose to do here.
Sorry to interrupt you. I was gonna say not to mention Seven Sins being spread out most of the time.
Yeah.
Punji
Also
getting
have
nobody with that
6 ults.
slam. Huge bubble. We're seeing a defensive ult. We're seeing, wow, a grab, a nuke. Small managing to kill the baby diva. SWAT getting a kill on Small. Lucio and Rice. Rice getting the full Pharmacy with that attack visor, though. Huge plays coming from Rice here. And that's going to finish the game up. Beautiful tack visor. Pop that tack visor, get everything out of the sky. That's what I'm talking about.
Stacked 6 ults there.
3 to 4. Switching.
Was that all 6 ults coming out of Toxic?
Yep.
That was amazing. Definitely a lot. That nuke, so was that nuke and grab? That was both Seven Sins, wasn't it? Or no, that was Seven Sins nuke, I think. I think it was Toxic's grab.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I almost thought it was played together, and I was like, wow, am I about to see like this huge kill right here? All right. Tell us, Squid, what does Toxic have to do? Or excuse me, what does Seven Sins have to do to go into the next game and try to win this?
Jake. Junk.
The
You
Jake
know.
Rat?
The Jake rat. I just call him Jake. It's become a habit now.
Incoming.
But
30 seconds.
if they hold just like right here at the choke and they have a junk to just spam it, then Toxic Storm can't really do much about it, especially with the Brig that they keep running. Like they've been running Brig consistently because they're expecting the dive, but
through the
the junk can just shut her down right there in the choke. But looks like
True.
we're getting double sniper action. So
Little
this could
snipers with an Orisa
also work.
Hog.
3, 2.
They're holding very far back as well.
Incoming.
yeah.
I'm interested. With 3 minutes on the clock, what do you think? Good play here, or should they be pushed up a little bit further?
I get why they're holding back. It's because they don't really have spam, but they just have both snipers kind of watching the same area. There's no crossfire or anything, so I don't know. Could work.
Interesting. I'm interested to see how this goes. Oh, Brock's trying to get an early pick here on Hanzo. Just watching for those flanks over on the right side of the map. Holding that front line. Here comes the cart. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Barrier destroyed.
Trying to secure some kills here. Small going down thanks to Roadhog.
I can't hold forever.
Call it a quick.
Moshi coming up the side, hitting him from the side. No one's really seems to be taking care of that Zarya. Brock's getting dove by Rice up above. Wow, and SWAT already pulling out the dragons. SWAT securing that kill on Lamp. Looks like it's going to be a cleanup of the tanks and Rice here. Potentially a huge stagger, especially when they're playing this far up.
And will be in the
Punji and Rice both going down. Moshi trying to get out. Let's see if they can get a kill on him. Looks like they're going to let him go. Oh, maybe not. Wow, and a huge stagger on Moshi. That's awesome. We're already down over a minute on the clock here. This is looking pretty good.
Yep.
But now all we gotta do is wait for Toxic to get those ults right.
Yeah, they're just gonna bank on the Grav. That's,
That
they
Grav
can't
tire.
really do much otherwise.
True. Grab tire the main front, and Rice can go back and get the Widow.
Yep.
Hammer down.
Punji getting nothing with that slam, unfortunately. We see a damage boost coming out, going instantly down there from Evergreen. Roadhog popping his ults. We're seeing a lot of ults coming out of Seven Sins here. Lamp trying to pop out some ults too.
No value.
Yeah, no value. Seven Sins popping the ults. Toxic Storm's getting the picks. Small Lucio Punji all killing the enemy team here. Killing that Orisa. Mercy trying to just stagger, get a little bit of time in here. Unfortunately going straight down.
My ultimate
They should
Yeah,
have
I
let us get
understand.
the res.
Oh, you think so for that stagger?
Yeah.
That would have been good, right, with the whole 6-stack right there.
Doubles the respawn time.
And Toxic doing exactly what they did last time, just playing right up onto him. They're telling him, hey, we're not even gonna let you get to where the cart's going.
Asserting dominance.
Exactly. Seven Sins though popping out Evergreen. We're seeing that hamster play. Interested to see what happens here. Cart's rolling up. We're seeing that Grav. There's the defensive trans going into it. They've still got Rice's Dragon Blade though sitting in the back. Riptire here too, about to get to a rally. Here comes some ults. Toxic Storm trying to get what they can. Rice in the back line there, securing a kill on the Zen. However, they're still down 3 over on Toxic side. Small getting a huge D-Mech and a kill on Evergreen. Rice and Small bringing him home the picks that they need to win this fight right now. Huge plays from these guys.
Huge tire. And because of the spawn advantage, Toxic Storm will just be able to close this out right here.
Yeah, Seven Sins. There's no way they can get back to this in time. They're running the full 3 football fields while Toxic Storm just has to, Toxic just got to walk right out of the gate. Seven Sins, excuse me, having to run all the way across the map. That's it, man. Toxic Storm 3-1.
Really close game. Closer than I thought.
That was good. I feel like Toxic started off a little bit rough. They ran Ghost with Brig, and then for the rest of the game, they had a Brig and Seven had a Pharmacy. That was interesting.
They really did a good job of shutting down the Pharmacy while still forcing the Brig pick.
Look at that damage blocked! 51,000 damage blocked from Punji.
Lots of insane tank play this match, really.
That was great, dude. That guy was getting picks, too. I want to see what his damage count was as well. Yeah, we're wrapping it up here. All right, so Squid, what'd you think, man?
There's really a lot about the tank play. I expected it, like, Rice popped off, like, really Toxic Storm's DPS, like, at that last fight, Small literally just saved it with that tire.
That was amazing. Yeah, Rice pulled out that Zen and then Small's tire. Oh, it was amazing, those ults.
But the tank play was also like really good from both sides. Like Evergreen was doing the best he could, but it wasn't enough. And then Badungi held up his own pretty well against some Masters tank, to be honest.
Yeah,
But,
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both teams had like communication issues, but they just kind of worked it out by being nutty.
Yeah, exactly. We're definitely seeing huge plays and interesting ult times. So yeah, I think that definitely emanates what you were saying there as far as the communication was a little strange. It seemed a little strange. Obviously, we're not listening to them, but it definitely seemed like the ults were kind of popping out weird. But yeah, huge tank play. Evergreen. All I know is I want Evergreen to be my Winston personally.
Yeah.
If I'm playing a game, Evergreen can be my Winston anytime. So. But and even then, Punji and Darkline coming out big on those Reinhardt plays.
Yeah, definitely
I'm
a
wondering-
closer match than the 3-1 score would lead you to believe, though, I'd say. It was
Yeah,
like
it
really
was-
back and forth.
It was 3-1, but it was hard fought, definitely. So I really think they could have. I think maybe I'm giving Evergreen a lot of credit here, but I really think maybe Toxic could have done something around that. Maybe pulled out like a Reaper at some point or something, you know, just to like we said, Winston can play around the Reaper, and well, I guess that's true. He did right off the bat. I'm over here having an argument with myself. I don't know. I don't know what you play into that. He was playing just good. Everybody like those tanks were just huge.
Yeah.
What do you do when your tanks are playing huge? What should you be doing with that?
When your
Like-
tanks or the enemies?
When your tanks are playing huge, what should you be focusing on?
Usually they get like kind of aggressive, and so they go for supports, but depends.
Depends.
Usually you just gotta out-tank them or just dedicate a lot more resources to them. But I think that's it.
All right, guys. Well, awesome game between Toxic and Seven here. Thanks a lot, Squid, for hosting with me. This was a good time.
Yeah.